Hi there, Stampers. Jen Roque here from StampCampWithJen.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, near the Villages, and welcome to day number 5 of my 12 Days of Christmas series. I really hope you're enjoying all of these festive projects. Today we are going to make this cute little candy cane holder. These would be so cute for a little stocking stuffer, maybe a table favor for a Christmas dinner. So many ideas. Now, before we get started for this, I just want to remind you of a couple of things real quick. So if you want any extra gift giving ideas, I do have the Papercraft Collective. We have 8 gift and treat packaging projects that you could get even more Christmas gift inspiration from. These are video tutorials and they come with a PDF that has the measurements and supply list in there as well. So you can purchase this anytime in my PDF store for $20. The link's in the description below this video. Or if you place at least a $50 order with me in November, you will get this for free. Now, the little project that I made for this is this cute little favor. It holds 3 Ghirardelli chocolate squares, so it's really cute and easy to put together. So that's my project to give you a little sneak peek. And then my other reminder is when you shop with me now through Sunday, November 30th, you'll get a free craft bag with your order if it's at least $60 before tax and shipping. And this is what that adorable bag looks like. It says easily distracted by craft supplies. This little canvas bag. It's very nice. It's got a little wristlet strap and a zipper, and this would just be a great bag to have on hand if you want to hold your adhesives and take your tools and stuff to a little crop or a Stampin' party or anything like that, retreat. This would be a great bag to have. And you can kind of see the text is real sparkly too, and it doesn't like come off and get all over the place. It's really nice material. So that will be mailed out to you when you place at least a $60 order. And then don't forget, starting tomorrow, November 25th, Stampin' Up! Is doing the Black Friday sale where you can get select items up to 40% off as well. Okay, so today's project, like I said, we're going to make this cute little gingerbread man candy cane treat holder. So I'm going to show you real quick. So this is using the Gingerbread Man Bundle. We've got the stamp set here with the little gingerbread man. Now the body with the little squiggles is one complete stamp. So I have that, and then the eyes are separate. I had to put those on, and the little dots are separate. So it's 3 separate stamps that I put on a block. This is the size F block. It's a really big block, okay? And then the cardstock is pecan pie, and we use this die actually to cut him out. Now you notice there's actually a little piece in the middle here. This is actually, if you cut the whole thing, it will fold in half and then his little hand will get cut off. So what you have to do to get it so that his hand is completely rounded like this, you have to do something called partial die cutting, and I can show you that real quick here, how to do that. I will also have, there's also pictures in the tutorial if this goes a little too fast for you. There's pictures that show you how to do the partial die cutting too, so you can look at the picture and kind of understand that a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna grab our cut and emboss machine here, and I'm gonna move this little guy out of the way. Now what we want to do is come in, I'm gonna try to do it so you can see it the best way here. Okay, so we're gonna grab a piece. I've got half a sheet of cardstock of pecan pie, and we wanna grab our die, and we wanna have it so that that little slit is in the center of the paper. So let me see here, I'm gonna move this here. So this is what I'm talking about here. So we're gonna have it, so that little center piece is right here. This is how it's gonna be lined up. His head's to the right, his feet are to the bottom. And I'm gonna hold it down with some Post-it note tape just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Now we're gonna take our plate we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna put our plate in first. And we're just gonna line that up right before it gets to that little slit in the middle where the hand's made, okay? And then we're gonna run this through, and having that plate only go out here, it will only cut where the two plates are, where that pressure is. So once, even if you roll it all the way through, the second die won't cut because we don't have enough pressure going onto that paper, okay? So now, you can see if we flip it over, it's cut, but that little hand piece isn't cut, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the tape off. And we want to flip it over. So you see this uncut part here is gonna go into the machine. And we are going to line it up, and you'll feel it kind of go into place there. So you're going to line it up so that little line over here is over the side that's already been cut, because we're really just trying to cut that little piece of his hand off, right? So we're going to put some more tape on, make sure it doesn't move. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to kind of slide that plate in. And again, we only want to put the pressure up right before it meets that center cut line there. And this is how you will get both hands, full hands on the gingerbread man. You don't have one that's cut off. So now when we take this all off, move this so you can see. All right, moment of truth. So when you take this guy off now, ta-da, he's a full gingerbread man, no hands cut off. All right, so that's how we did that. So then we need to do some embossing. So you see, we've got the white embossing. Now, if you're not familiar with embossing, I'll show you the basics of it. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just want to show you some tips for this, okay? So Stampin' Up! Sells this really cool kit. It's called the Embossing Editions Toolkit. It's got this little tray that you can pour the powder in, and then it's got a little screwable cap here that once all the powder gets full, you unscrew the cap and you can dump that powder back into the little embossing powder pot. It comes with an embossing buddy, which is like an anti-static pouch. So when you go to emboss, you want to just tap it all over your paper. And so you have lots of powder on there because, like I said, it's anti-static powder. So it will keep all of those little embossing powder pieces from sticking to the paper, and you really want it to just stick where you stamp the Versamark ink and not on other places on your paper, okay? So you want to tap a lot of that powder on, because you can always wipe that off, it'll come off, but you don't want the powder to stick to anything else but what you stamp, okay? And that'll make that much easier. So we're going to take our stamp that I showed you earlier, and we're going to grab our Versamark ink pad, and we're just going to ink that up all over. And you won't really be able to tell if it's really inked up because it's clear ink. But you'll see when you stamp it that it's on there for sure. All right, so we're just going to center that over the paper and stamp. Press on there real good all over. Okay. And you can see it did stamp the image. Now, my next recommendation before you put the powder on is take these little acrylic tweezers, and you want to grab the gingerbread man. Don't touch where you stamped, because then that'll kind of wipe away the ink and mess up your image. But we'll grab that guy first and then kind of lay him on the tray, and you have your tweezers kind of sitting off of the tray, and that'll just give you an easy place to grab everything and pull it up. And then you just sprinkle the powder on all over, and then you can use the little heat tool to set it. And if it doesn't have enough powder, you just put more on until everything's covered, and then you use your little heat tool. And through the magic of television, I've already done this ahead of time, so you don't have to listen to me set it. Now, if you're not familiar with embossing, I will say too, how you know when you use the little heat tool there, it will start melting and it'll become bright and white and shiny like this one. Okay, you can see the difference in the two. It melts and it becomes shiny, and that's how you know it's set. So that is the difference. All right, so we've got this guy now. He's all done. And what we're gonna do is I've already cut some little hats and a scarf. Now this is out of the velvet paper that Stampin' Up! Has. They have red, white, and green velvet paper, and I die cut 2 hats and a little scarf. So the scarf we're gonna glue down first, and then I will show you what we're gonna do with the hat here. It's very, very cute. So we're gonna glue down the little scarf. And it's paper on the back, so you can glue this to any project. And then the front is that velvet texture. Now, if you use an embossing machine that has like a bunch of little fibers on it and the fibers get on the velvet, I would just take some tape or something, and you should be able to use that like a lint roller and get any of those little pieces out of there. Now we have 2 hats, but we want it to be like this, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our scissors, and you'll notice when you die cut the hat, it has this long slit in the middle. So we're just gonna snip those ends here to get that little banner piece off of the hat. So we have the little white cap there, and we're just gonna glue that right onto the hat. Right here. Just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna glue this right on top of his head. How adorable is that? Oh my goodness, I love it. We made a card with this little gingerbread guy in my recent in-person classes, and everybody was like, the gingerbread is so cute. And I totally agree, it's adorable. And I love the little velvet paper texture. It's just so like fun and interactive. So especially if you're giving this to somebody like as a little table favorite, they're just gonna love it. All right, so now what we need to do, now we've got that all put together, you need a 3/8 inch circle punch, and this is the same size punch I use for my Stampin' Blends labels. So if you have those already, you probably have that in stock in your craft room. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slide this over to where the little squiggle is in his arm and center that and make a hole on both sides. Little squiggle punch, okay? That's the little holes for our candy canes. Now, I just have the Brock's, you know, peppermint candy canes. I got a big box of them at my local BJ's warehouse. You can get them at Walmart, Target, Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below this video too, so you can see. But if you need them, excuse me, but you can find them just about anywhere this time of the year if you're watching this pretty recently after I uploaded it. So we're just going to take his hands and kind of gently bend them in, and then you're going to take, whoops, you're going to take the little candy cane and just kind of wiggle that through the holes. It's easier if they don't have a big wrapper on the end like that, but if it does, just do like I did and kind of bend it backwards. And that is it for that. Now we just have to do the little seasons eatings. All right, so we're gonna stamp this in real red. These would be so cute if you had a party and you just wanted to make a bunch of them all at once. They would be adorable. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim that down with our scissors and just kind of trim around it. And then we're gonna cut it right in the middle there. All right. And then when we go to put it on, what I like to do is, oops, I'm gonna trim it just a little bit more. There we go. So I like to have the eatings kind of straight and to the right of the gingerbread man, and then the seasons kind of crooked over the top of it like that. I thought that was cute. So we're gonna put that on like that with some dimensionals. And I always like to lay everything out first because then you can get, you can really get a good idea of where you want it and make sure it's spaced out how you want. So I always try to do that. And I'm actually going to use the little edge pieces here. The regular dimensionals are a little wide, but these little end pieces are perfect for this. So we're going to put the eatings right there. And then we'll grab the seasons and do some more of these little edge pieces right over the top there. All right, and then we'll just kind of put that kind of crooked over the top of it. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, these would be such nice little gifts at a dinner, or a little kid to give, or a little gift to give a kid. I think they would love these little gingerbread guys. So, all right, well, let me know what you think in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Give me a little thumbs up as well if you liked my video. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to share these projects with your friends and invite them to join us as well. And then don't forget, tomorrow, Tuesday, November 25th is when the Stampin' Up! Black Friday sale begins. And anytime this week you can shop with me, place at least a $60 order and get that craft bag, okay? All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you back here tomorrow for day number 6 with a fun little project, okay? Hope you're having a great holiday season. Be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.